immigration. I don't have a. There's too many people in this fucking country. But I think if you're going to focus on keeping people out, you're going to focus on the people who don't contribute to society. That's a no-brainer. And there's a specific group of over 4 million people that come into this country every year and don't contribute a fucking thing. And everyone knows who I'm talking about, but no one wants to say it because it's politically incorrect. But fuck that. You know who I'm talking about? Officer Bob. You know who I'm talking about. Who am I talking? Babies. That's who I'm talking about. Babies. They come out of your hole. They come into this country. They don't speak the language. They don't want to work. They just take and they cause a ruckus and they waste all of our natural resources. I say put the Border Patrol agent at the foot of your uterus. Anything comes out without a visa, you kick it back in the hole. What's your name? You're not on the list. Get back behind the velvet rope. The club is over full. We'll call you when we need you. Sick the amount of people. Oh, Doug, don't you do an anti-baby bit on every CD? Yes, because you won't stop having them, so I'm going to keep saying it. Almost every problem in the world boils down to too many fucking people. And I'm not just talking out of my eye. I had my vasectomy. I have no children. Anyone else had a vasectomy? Who did? Oh, did you? Good. Well, get him a drink. That's a true American hero right there. Don't name the fucking Memorial Highway after him after he gets thing. After that guy. Every time you get a good parking space, there you go. There you go. Remember that guy. Yes, thanks. He's the guy who didn't have someone parking there. Every time you're fucking stuck in traffic, yeah, you think about the breeders when you, hey, no traffic at all today. Thank you. How long before you blew a nut after you had it? You remember?
10 minutes.
2 weeks? Yeah, I went 8 days. 2 weeks at 8 days. Because they tell you wait 72 hours. And I developed what they call granuloma. If you don't know how they do a vasectomy, what they do is they go in and they make a small incision on each side of your scrot sac, and then they go in with the tweezer things and they remove your courage and your confidence and your social skills and your sense of humor and your need for any personal hygiene, and they replace it with a violent fear of sneezing. So I had that done out of respect for the world. And then they're telling me, and then I get granulomas, is where you continue to leak semen in your bag sack, and then your bag sack starts swelling up bigger and bigger every day. Did you get that? No, it's fucking. I have pictures of it on my website because people thought I was exaggerating. It was like I called it the Hinden bag. It was like a hippity hop in between my legs. It was like the Blueberry Kid from Willy Wonka. It's just gonna. And they're telling me wait 72 hours. I go, what kind of superhero's jacking off with this going on 6 days in? I was like, I waited 8 days, and I didn't even want to jack off then, but you go 8 days without, I've never gone 8 days in my natural load-blowing life without emptying off. But weird shit happens in your head after that amount of time. I'm getting deviant thought watching TV commercials that don't even have people in them. I could do something. I jacked off with my eyes closed and 2 fingers is squinting like a little girl in a horror movie. Yeah. I don't want to see what's coming out of there, blood or stitches or chili. I didn't think I needed a vasectomy. I was like some convenient frame of mind, because I've dumped irresponsible nuts for my whole life and never came up unlucky, right, with the baby. So I figured with all the shit I've done to my body, I was surprised I had sperm that was still white, much less potent. Exactly. So and then I knocked up my wife a year and a half ago. It was the first abortion. It was the only abortion I've had, but it might have been the longest abortion of all time. It took a month to have. Has anyone had an abortion? You're all wrapped with attention now all of a sudden, so I assume you all have. It's a fucking horrible thing to go through. And not horrible in that, oh, it's a living thing. What are we doing? Fuck the living thing. A genital wart is a living thing. If it's going to irritate you for life, burn it off, right? Get the fuck. Bladder cancer is alive and growing like a baby in you. If you try to remove that, I'll protest you and say, stop playing God. It's horrible in the... Because we panicked and didn't do any research and... Because you have options when it comes to abortion now. It's not like 1955 where you just had to kick her down a staircase and hope for the best, right? You feed her a tapeworm and hope it takes a left at the Y. Right? I mean, you have medical options. I was hoping that you had the option of doing it live on a crowded airplane so it might serve as an example to living babies that were already on board and thinking about screaming through the whole flight. A little scared straight program for the infants, but can't do that. But we did the RU-486 because it sounded easy. Yeah, it sounds like, oh, it's an abortion pill. Hey, what do you want, surgery or a pill? And you go, that sounds like you just take a Flintstone vitamin and you wait for the abortion fairy to come and she leaves a quarter under your womb and no one's the wiser. But no, it was a long story and I won't get into the graphic details about, but it took a month to have this. And what was more fucked up is how they treat you. I don't know if it was just this clinic, because we had to go to 2 different ones of the same brand, but they were all fucking assholes, and they treated you like shit because they can, and that's a problem. Even though abortion is legal, for a limited time only, get them while they're hot, girls, because John Ashcroft came to town. He knows your body better than you. Trust your government. That blue light special is about to end. But even though it's legal, it still lives in that gray area of shame, where if you even bring it up in a fucking basement drunken comedy club, it creates a church-like bingo hall silence. And that's how they treat you like shit, because they can get away with it. It's like dildos, right? They're legal, except in Mississippi, you're going to jail for that. They're legal. Say you want to go to get a dildo tonight. You go out to the smut shop. You get a nice top shelf blue wiggler, and you bring it home and you jam the batteries in it. But then the neck doesn't swivel quite right for the G-spot, and then the little rubber rabbit doesn't quite reach your clitoris like it says it will on the box. What are you gonna do? Bring it back? You had to get half liquored up on draft beer just to walk into that joint, much less stop by Monday morning on the way to your accountant position when you're, how you need to talk to someone? This doesn't reach my clitoris. Is something, can I try on a different one? They're gonna tell you to pound sand and get out of the store. Who are you gonna call? The Better Business Bureau? I have clitoral rights and I was denied them. It's the same with an abortion. They know they can be as... They know I'm not going to walk into a crowded clinic with my wife and slap my hand down on the formica. This is the worst abortion I have ever had. I want to see your manager. I want to talk to your manager. You call this an abortion? I would be embarrassed to put out this kind of workmanship, my friend. I'm going to tell my friends about this. Yes, I am. I'm not going to have my abortions here anymore. You have lost a very valuable customer today, my friend. I am cutting up my Priority Club membership card. Oh, you're gonna fucking stare at me like you don't have any... Yeah, fine. Before you actually go and get all quiet and pissy like I'm some asshole about this, keep in mind, I'm just telling you the parts that I think are funny. You don't know the reason we had an abortion was, it wasn't frivolous. We didn't have an abortion because we weren't ready to take care of a child and we're irresponsible, or because we're not financially capable of taking it. The reason we had it is because I really wanted to see what it felt like to kill a baby. I just didn't want you to judge. You know, your priest will tell you. Your priest will tell you that abortion is wrong, because your priest will tell you that life begins at conception. But a priest will also tell you it's okay to suck his dick when you're only 12. So maybe his timing's just off. Here's what everyone seems to overlook with the whole priest molestation scandal, if you think about it. With all the horrible, horrible shit that your priest is pumping into your kid's head, his dick should be the least of your worries, honestly. That's just a little bit of mouthwash and a few years of therapy will get rid of that. That Jesus shit will torture you for a lifetime. We sent our boy to church so he could learn a lifetime of guilt, shame, self-hatred, all the things we enjoy. And then the priest flopped out his how do you do right in front of the child. Who's the abuser? How come you never told us this was happening to him? Because you're a freak and a prude and you can't... Anytime that kid came to you with anything of a sexual nature, you probably freaked out and cramped up and pruded up and sent him to church to deal with it, where he got fucked in the face again. There's an old vicious circle. Mommy, is it normal for an older man to have sex with a young boy my age right in his mouth? Where do you get these ideas, Kevin? Who's telling you these things? It's horrible. Sex is not like... Sex is something that... Well, sex is for people that... Why don't you go talk to Father Hanrahan about this right now? No! But, Mommy, I was trying to tell you that he's the one who's gonna... And then they have big get-togethers with the cardinals and the bishops and every big Halloween hat gets together in one high-ceilinged venue to discuss how to punish the offending priest. What do we do to punish him? They're mouth-fucking all the kids. What do we do? I'll tell you what you do. You want to know how to punish him, you go back to the Bible, hypocrite. It's in Leviticus. It's that same passage they used to justify the death penalty. What does it say? Eye for an eye, exactly. If it works for the death penalty, then it should work just fine for your priest molestation issue. A priest fucks your kid in the face, you tell him, Billy, you march your ass back over to that church right now. You fuck that priest in his mouth. See how he likes it. Go on, boy, give it to him good. Give it to him good. I ain't raising no sissies.